kuchangia kidogo kwa wale wenye wamenitangulia kama nimepata kama UCS na Kiberenge. Mumeongea mambo mazito sana na ni mazuri.
Sauti.
Mumeongea mambo mazito na mazuri. Ukianzia hivi. But we have a challenge, like let's start from the inception of everything. In our nation, there's a lot that is going on. Tukianza kusema kama hayo, there's a conflict between the people themselves, leave alone the politicians. You know, sometimes because the previous ilikuwa ya Gen Z, then watu wakasema they are wrong, they have done it wrong, I don't know they have done what, and there are people who are not advised and so on. But I think at the end of the day, we have a society to live in, and maybe if at all we did something wrong, you are supposed to, people who have gone ahead of us, you're supposed to be telling us that we were to do this and this and this and this. Coming back to the drawing table won't be bad for everyone, because at the end of the day we have a country to protect and take care of. Right now, as we see, we are seeing the Kasongo and the team are united against the common wananchi. And now you hear so many people also saying that government iko sawa. But sometimes we usually ask, if government is sawa, maybe inaweza kuwa sawa to a section of people. But a bigger percentage of us are not even going to school. A bigger percentage of us cannot even afford the health facilities because they cannot even afford the medical itself. So we are just asking, if at all you are saying it is okay, it is good and it is not good, whichever, but at least can it work for everyone? These people, they are programmed us. Our system of education is in their hand. Our health is in their hand. Whatever we eat is in their hand. Right now, tukiongelea mambo ya AUC, we do not vote there. As much as we sometimes tunasema like Raila anguke asianguke, you know, sometimes we have to trade within our limit. I will not be here to tell you that tunataka Raila anguke. I will be lying even to myself because mi hata sijui Addis Ababa iko wapi. Mimi niko tu hapa Nairobi CBD. Okay, I've not got there. Don't nod your head. Sijaenda huko because I don't vote there. There are people who are voting there. The person who is voting there is Ruto, who is supposed to be telling us ama anguke ama sianguke, ama apite ama siipite. But now telling us that atakuja alete biashara huku jamani. Do you know, sometimes tuangalie, we are not just born today. We have grown up in this and we are still going on, and we have seen things that have also happened. Are there things that are even bringing business to us? Ama it is for the pocket of the few? If at all it is something, if it is something that is benefiting everybody, I think it could be better, and we didn't even have a reason even to castigate and maybe to sema si mzuri. But hii yote pesa hata ikikuja kila mali, sometimes maybe just have a conference around here. The reason why I'm telling you that maybe everyone here is programmed. Maybe you are working with an organization, unaambiwa tuko na conference Hilton. Organization inakulipia Hilton, maybe sometimes 35,000 per night. Now kitambo hao watu wakupee pesa, tafadhali enda ujipange na pesa yako. They will not. Am I lying? You utambiwa siku yako ni hivi na hivi na hivi na unakuwa hapo. Ukiisha umeisha. To me, every system and everything is programmed and it will never change. So it is upon us, the citizen, be it the millennial, the Gen Zs, the X generation, who are those even our fathers and all that, our big brothers. Can we speak in one voice and at least stop framing each other, stop name calling, because we have a country to protect at the end of the day. We have something, you know, is learning and unlearning is very important to us. Because when we come here and we say government is strong, and literally 90% of us are saying it is not wrong. Can you allow us to also say it is not wrong? And when it is not wrong, come and tell us it is okay. Maybe I did not understand, you are wrong and my right. So at least when you're coming to explain, because we are here to convince one another. We are not here to frame and castigate and to call the people, I don't know, you people in government and blah, 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 blah. Because at the end of the day, everyone suffers at the same time. Right now, when we talk about the SHA and all that thing, there are so many people dying. Just have data for yourself. People who cannot access the medical itself. Because wanaenda wako na hiyo, wanaenda wanazungushwa, you end up dying because of negligence and ignorance, which is there. There's no proper framework for this insurance that is provided there. So if at all these things are there and they are working, we didn't have reason to castigate and to refuse that is not working. But now if it is not working, jamani, si just tell us, ama kama uko karibu na serikali na Kasongo na wengine, siwaambie tu tafadhali fanya hivi na hivi na hivi, tuangalie kama tutashinda tukienda kwa barabara. Because whatever we usually say, we ask for this transparency. Ni kama transparency na Kenya ni kama vitu zingine hazielewani, haziambatani. So like somebody sits in a room and organize and contribute, and that is all. You come here and you are told bill imeongezwa. You will have nothing to do about it. And right now, Kenya is not even Kenya that we would want to be. Maybe sometimes you support the government because a community walikukosea. Sometimes you support the government because unachukia mtu na mtu hakuwavotia. But what do you think? Sometimes kama unajaribu kutukana this community, we live with this community within ourselves. The houses you live is not for your father, it's not for your neighbor, it's not for your community. Maybe it's a business that is going on to promote one another. Sometimes uende huko hata kwa choo 10 bob inapeana hapo. Si niko na watu wanafanya hapo. Is it your community? So when we start calling this about the community, I don't know, it is you to do the civic education. I may be coming from another community that do not elewani in a community because of a notion that was laid there before. I don't know, our ancestors swore that we are not supposed to be supporting. That is bullshit. We have a community and we have a generation and we have a country to protect. Because how do we walk? Watu wakienda huko nje kama kina the athletes, are they asking whether they are Luos or they are asking whether they are Kikuyus? They are called Kenyans and they bring economy to our nation. So all these things are they are shallow. Can we stop all these things and we work as a nation? Because we have to protect, we are supposed to protecting one another, educating one another, moving along with one another, supporting one another. When you do not have transport, when you do not have medical care, when you do not have food, you are not going to call Raila, you are not going to call Ruto, you are not going to call Uhuru. Right now, Raila can call Uhuru, this shortage. And they come, wanaelewana. Will you call them? You cannot, you will just call speaker, you will call any other person that is here. So even if we are articulating our points, please, let us have our conscious right and let us speak as a nation, let us speak as a community, let us speak as people who have gone to school. We are not just going to school to get good jobs. We are not just going to school to get whatever level we have. All of us are suffering. We are in a poverty level. And that's why we are here. And sometimes tunasema jamani, hivi na hivi, tusaidie ifanye hivi na hivi. That is what we are advocating for. So coming 2027, please, before even that 2027, can we have ourselves educated and let us know, let us unlearn and learn, and we go forward as a team and as a Kenya. That is my contribution.